Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting and unbelievable episode where we dive into the world of rare coins that are shocking collectors, historians, and treasure hunters all over the globe. And today we are bringing you a jaw-dropping story about a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but has the power to change someone's life forever. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar that cost $21 million because of its extraordinary errors and mistakes. And if you think a coin you might have in your pocket or stored in a jar somewhere at home could never be worth millions, prepare yourself, because the details behind this half-dollar are so astonishing that it has become one of the most talked about coins in the entire numismatic community. So lean back, pay close attention, and imagine the possibilities that this legendary coin could hold. Because what we are about to reveal could turn a small piece of metal into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. And remember, coins like these are not just old pieces of history. They are artifacts filled with stories, rare minting flaws, and mysteries that collectors will pay astronomical sums for. And this specific 1974 Kennedy half-dollar is valued so high not simply because of its age or design, but because of the fascinating combination of unique errors and anomalies that occurred during its production at the United States Mint, making it a legend worth $21 million. Now let's dig into why this particular coin has captured so much attention, and why the market value has exploded to the point where even big collectors, museums, and wealthy investors are competing to get their hands on it. Starting with the fact that Kennedy half-dollars were first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his tragic assassination, and over the years these coins became symbols of honor, patriotism, and remembrance. However, the 1974 series has something no other year could match: a perfect storm of mistakes, misprints, wrong metal compositions, double strikes, and even misaligned dies that make this coin stand out as one of the rarest ever discovered. And when we talk about errors, it is important to understand how coin production works, because every step in the minting process is supposed to be controlled with precision, yet accidents happen, dies crack, blanks are prepared with wrong metals, presses strike coins more than once, lettering gets doubled, and images appear distorted. And when all these things happen on a single issue like the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar, it becomes a phenomenon that collectors cannot resist. Some of the known errors on these coins include the famous double-die obverse, where the lettering "On In God We Trust" and "Liberty" shows visible doubling, making the coin immediately recognizable under magnification. And then there are examples of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar struck on planchets that were meant for quarters or even foreign coins, which means the wrong blank was fed into the press, and yet the coin still came out with Kennedy's portrait, creating an extraordinary rarity that experts classify as one of a kind. Imagine holding a coin where the weight and diameter do not even match the official specifications, yet it is a genuine piece struck by the Mint. Another famous error linked with this year is off-center strikes, where Kennedy's portrait appears shifted, leaving part of the blank unstruck. These dramatic misalignments are visually stunning and highly desirable, because they prove beyond doubt that the coin escaped the mint without being caught by inspectors. And then there are partial collar errors, where the rim of the coin did not form properly, leading to unusual shapes and surfaces, which again makes collectors go crazy for them. And while each type of error alone could boost the value of a coin into the thousands or tens of thousands, the fact that certain 1974 Kennedy half-dollars exhibit multiple errors together makes them so incredibly rare that their valuation skyrockets into the multi-million-dollar territory, reaching that astounding $21 million mark. But it does not stop there, because rumors and verified discoveries of wrong metal compositions exist, meaning that instead of being struck in copper-nickel clad, some 1974 half-dollars were accidentally minted on leftover silver planchets from earlier years. And the moment silver content is confirmed by testing, the price shoots up drastically, because silver Kennedy halves after 1970 were not supposed to exist except in special issues, so finding a regular circulation strike from 1974 on a silver planchet is like winning the lottery. And that adds another layer of intrigue for collectors who dream of uncovering such a piece in their own collections. And let's not forget the story of the 1974 aluminum cent, which shook the numismatic world, reminding us that experimental metals sometimes made their way into circulation by mistake, leading collectors to believe that some Kennedy half dollars from 1974 may also exist on unusual experimental metals that were never intended for public release, making the hunt even more thrilling. So when you put all these possibilities together, the doubled dies, the off-center strikes, the wrong planchets, the missing rims, the silver content, the experimental metals, you get a coin that becomes more than a collectible. It becomes a legend, and legends in numismatics translate to mind-blowing auction prices, because wealthy buyers know that they are not just buying a piece of money, they are buying history, rarity, and prestige. And every time one of these extraordinary coins appears on the market, the bidding wars escalate beyond belief, pushing the price into the millions and creating headlines around the world. Now many people wonder how to tell if they might have a rare 1974 Kennedy half dollar sitting unnoticed in their collections or spare change. And the answer is that you have to look very carefully at the details, starting with checking for doubling in the inscriptions under magnification, looking for off-center portraits or incomplete rims, testing the weight and metal composition to see if it differs from standard specifications, and examining the surface for unusual strikes or misalignments. Because the tiniest detail could be the difference between an ordinary coin worth 50 cents and an extraordinary error coin worth millions, and the reason collectors are willing to pay up to $21 million is because such coins are not only extremely rare but often unique, meaning that only one or two may exist in the entire world, and when only a handful of specimens survive, the demand always far outweighs the supply, leading to astronomical valuations. And think about it this way, coins are among the most widely produced objects on Earth. Billions are minted every year. Yet out of all those billions, only a microscopic fraction contain errors of this magnitude. And when you combine those errors with the historical importance of the Kennedy design, you have a perfect recipe for numismatic treasure. And while some may find it unbelievable that a 50-cent piece could ever be valued at $21 million, history proves time and again that collectors are willing to pay unimaginable amounts for unique coins, just like the 1933 Double Eagle that sold for over $18 million. Showing that rarity, mystery, and demand drive the market to dizzying heights, and the 1974 Kennedy half dollar has rightfully joined that list of extraordinary treasures, making it a dream find for anyone who has ever checked their change hoping to stumble upon something special. So whether you are a lifelong coin collector, a casual hobbyist, or simply someone who loves hearing about the hidden riches buried in everyday objects, the story of the 1974 Kennedy half dollar teaches us that the world of coins is full of surprises. And the next great discovery might be sitting unnoticed in a drawer, a box, or a forgotten collection, waiting for someone to realize its true worth. So keep your eyes open, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of a small coin to carry a fortune, because one mistake at the mint decades ago can mean life-changing money today. And with the 1974 Kennedy half dollar valued at $21 million because of its spectacular errors, this coin has secured its place in the Hall of Fame of numismatic treasures, inspiring collectors around the world to search harder, dream bigger, and never give up on the possibility that the next legendary coin is just within reach. And as we wrap up this incredible story, remember that every coin has a story to tell, but only a few like the 1974 Kennedy half dollar have the power to shock the world. And maybe one day, if luck is on your side, you could be the person to discover one of these priceless pieces and experience the thrill of holding $21 million in the palm of your hand. So stay curious, keep collecting, and never stop believing that treasures are still out there waiting to be found.